What's up, pretty gang? It's Peaches back with another video. Now, I'm showing you these nails because this is what it was before we decided to do a soak off. And honestly, this video is going to teach you guys how to do a safe removal, which is a soak off, okay? So I'm gonna let you know right now, we are not gonna do a subscriber shout out because I am gonna post another video tonight, and I don't want to do too many subscriber shout outs a day when it's supposed to be one a day. So yeah, here is the original look, I guess you could say. This is how she walked in. You think she was scheduled for a soak off? She was not. This is one of my regulars. You can watch my story from yesterday, or maybe I'll include clips, like make a little a YouTube short or something about how the heck she came in, because y'all, she's lucky she's one of my regulars. She was booked as a nail model and was like, I try to get them off with monomer. She tried to soak her nails in monomer, you guys. I was like, now at what point did you think? She was like, yeah, when I looked up soak offs. I said, and just the acetone part that went over your head. She was like, yeah, I don't know, I didn't see that part. So we was laughing, kikiing, whatever, and I was like, you know what, let's do the soak off and we'll see what we have time for after. Okay, so starting with the soak off, right, you are going to need to go ahead and file down the product. I personally use a 2x coarse bit, which means it's like double coarse. There are coarse bits that go all the way up to 4x. I do not use those. I personally feel like I am only comfortable with 2x. This is a safety bit, but you can still get cut. I cut myself the other freaking day. Okay, now when doing soak offs, I know some people, actually I did have a subscriber, well, I believe she's a subscriber. She asked me the other day, could I do a soak off video? And then like the Lord himself placed this in my lap and was like, here you go. So this is for you, boo. Okay, so she wanted to know, how do I get it, how do I get the soak off like to be so low, basically, is what I'm assuming she wanted to know, because she responded to, I always post my soak offs and like, hey, healthy soak off. She responded to one of my stories about, you know, we're back to scratch, there's nothing on her nails. So basically what you need to do is file the product low enough. I do not file to the natural nail. I never file to the natural nail. I feel like personally it's unsafe. I'm not comfortable with it. You need to be using, when you're using bits this coarse, you need to be having the speed at least 10,000 RPMs. That's the highest I personally go. You can see it's doing the job. Some people go all the way up to like 30,000 RPMs. I don't think y'all understand how fast and furious that is, and it can create heat spikes. If you do use a coarse bit and the speed is too low though, it's not gonna work. I'll be honest with you, it's just gonna make divots, but it's not gonna follow with the product. So you can see how I am filing the product down, right? You can see it right before your eyes. I have a mask on, not even just because of COVID, but things like this. I do soak offs almost daily. I never will do fills where I just file down the product and start over. I feel like it's just not the safest thing for your natural nails to be doing so much filing like that, and then applying tips, and then it's just a lot to me personally. Okay, so look at how I'm holding the hands and how I'm holding my drill. Okay, this is real time, so you can see the bit is rotating so fast it don't even look like it's rotating. Okay, now I do like to go in different directions, and you can see I'm not holding, this is important, listen, okay, put your ear to the headphones, put your ear to the speaker, put it close. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, it is important not to hold the file on the nail for too many periods of time, for too long of a length of time. You will hurt them. The way these coarse bits are designed, the teeth are so big, you guys, you can hurt somebody. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I've never cut somebody. The first time I ever used a coarse bit, the way it skipped, it's very nerve-wracking using it for the first time. When I used it for the first time, it did kind of skip, and it did get the client on her skin. She did bleed a little bit. I felt so bad. Okay, this was a couple years ago, but still, I always hold that in my memory because I don't ever want to do that to somebody again. Okay, so you can see most of the nude is pretty much filed off. When I'm rubbing her nail like that, it's to decrease the heat spikes. I'm adding like a little bit of pressure to make sure, can I feel the heat? Does it feel like, you know, something's going on? The client will tell you if it burns. Okay, now let's really get into how to know what's low enough. So obviously how she came in, that's not low enough. Your client will be sitting there forever in a day. How do I know that? Because I used to be a hand filer. I used to try and hand file the product low for the soak offs. They would take so long, okay? Now keep in mind, this soak off is my work. I have my clients, when they book soak offs for my work, a full soak off will take an hour. Now, the reason why it takes an hour is because that's roughly 15 minutes of removing any bling, charms, cutting down the nails, and filing this product off. And then the rest of the 45 minutes is pretty much going to be the actual soaking. The thing about it is, when you're doing soak offs, right? Soaking off your product is going to be different than soaking off someone else's product. That's why when people book foreign soak offs, I just have them booked for 2 hours. If it doesn't take that long, great. But if someone is using MMA, put your ear close again, MMA, methyl methacrylate, that's the no-no. That's the bad stuff, okay? And the crazy thing about it is, when she told me she soaked them in monomer, as soon as I started filing, I said, you must have used some cheap stuff, huh? You used MMA? She was looking around. I said, where the hell did you get this from? Sally's or what? Yeah, she's like, Amazon. You can smell it. It smells so sweet. It smells so just absolutely disgusting. Like it will make your stomach churn almost. That is one telltale sign that somebody is using MMA. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. Now, foreign soak offs, like I said, I have done foreign soak offs where the soak off took 3 hours, just because the nails were so thick. It took so long to file them down, and it still was not enough. But at a certain point, you got to get to soaking. You know what I'm saying? So just know, do not think that soak offs with MMA take the same amount as soak offs with EMA. Okay, EMA ethyl methacrylate, MMA methyl methacrylate. Okay, MMA is like equivalent to almost cement, or they will use that sometimes with like what do they call that? In the dental field and things like that to make certain things. You don't want that on your nails, and you don't want your client pulling their nails off. Okay, so EMA, that is actually what is, we'll say, legalized, right? Because technically MMA has been illegal since the 90s. You're not supposed to be using that in the nail world. People still do, and nobody reports them, so whatever. So here we go. You can see I'm going back now, mind you, because she was not booked for a soak off, but she came in needing one. Like I said, she's lucky she's a regular, because sometimes regulars have benefits that a standard like new client might not have, because it's like, girl, I don't know where you came from, I don't know what you have on, I can't tell you how long this is going to take, so we'll have to see. You know what I'm saying? So I'm shortening the nails. Now you need to check the person's hyponychium, which is that meat underneath the nail. Like I said, this is a regular. I know her nails. I am kind of checking underneath before you shorten them like that. I just knew they were not cut evenly. You see me checking? So I knew, okay, let's shorten them so that way we can get rid of as much product as possible. Now, do you see how much product has gone away? That's what you need. I do not file down to the natural nail. I get as close as what I think is comfortably close. Okay, so I'm sorry, I needed a sip of water. So the thing about it is, right, you don't want to spend all your time filing. Okay, first of all, it's not good on your wrists, which is why I say I would not do file downs, because as much time as it takes doing a file down and a fill, you can just do a new set. Like, I know everybody has their preferences, but me personally, keep doing file downs all the way to someone's clear layer on their natural nail bed and things like that. You're not able to, if anything's going on, you might not be able to catch it depending on how low you filed it. It's just a lot of things, okay? So this is how low we were getting it for the actual soak off itself. Now at this point, I was like, I know it's gonna work, it's gonna soak off fine. Now the main key factor after filing down, okay, like even if you don't file down, this is the main point. It needs to be pure acetone. It cannot be nail polish remover. It's not gonna damn near do nothing. Regular acetone is gonna be slow as hell. It needs to be 100% pure acetone. Okay, as your ear close listening, pretty gang. 100% acetone. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I'm trying to show you different angles to show you how flat we got it, how low we got it, and I will show you basically the process along the way of the soaking. Now, there's gonna be YouTubers out there that are telling you guys like you can use the file as high as you almost can, like almost the highest speed with the coarsest bit. Please don't do that. I personally feel like it's just not the most safest practice. Other people may be comfortable doing that, but I'm not comfortable even telling beginners to go ahead and do that. Okay? Because I feel like safety and health over everything, period. So, okay, ignore my salad. Because while she was soaking, I said, fine, I'm going to finish the rest of my lunch. So I'm just trying to adjust the camera to show you guys. This is what it looks like after maybe like 10, 15 minutes of soaking. If this was EMA, let's say she came in with the foreign soak off. If this was EMA, it would appear very jelly-like. It would appear very, you know, sticky looking. You can see, I'm sorry, if that was MMA. This is EMA, so you can see it looks like soggy, okay? So that is the main difference, and that will tell you right off the bat, besides the smell, okay? EMA looks very soggy, very melted. MMA looks very sticky, okay? And this is what you would like the nails to look like when you know, okay, it's ready to come off. Now, some of them may have already came off, and depending on time, you might not be able to get down to where everything comes off in one swoop, because sometimes, depending on your client, because everybody's soak offs takes different amount of times as well. I have this theory that some people's nail beds, because they have such a lack of oil in their nail beds, I feel like the acrylic really bonds and sticks to them. Therefore, they soak offs take longer, okay? And that's okay. You'll know certain clients that come, you'll know you either have to try and file them down even lower, or you'll know what to do, okay? Because we was pressed for time, I had to make sure she kept her hands in that full 45 minutes or however long it took. This soak off took a little under an hour just because I spent so much time filing them down that I knew it was gonna work, okay? But this is basically how you do a healthy soak off, and I'm gonna show you in the next clip. If there is any slight staining, you don't need to worry about that, because you don't need to put them back into soak, okay? And you wanna know why? Because I'm just gonna file this right off. It's not bad, there's nothing wrong with it. As long as you keep your pressure to an appropriate pressure, I guess, for the natural nail bed, you're fine, okay? So once again, this is EMA, ethylmethacrylate. This is what a soak off is supposed to look like. There should be no popping, pulling, pinching, none of that of the natural nail. Nothing. It should be none of that, okay? So now you can see the thumb. Now sometimes I will put the thumb back in. The thumbs take very long, and you need to make sure that your bowls are filled up a lot, okay? So you see, that's what it looks like after you soak off, and this is what it looks like just right now. Now, depending on what the look you're going for, the staining right here may or may not matter. I was like, okay, I gotta come up with an idea quick, because we did still have 2 hours to do a set. So I was like, let me get rid of this, because I'll do just like a clear thing, okay, clear set. So I am using an 8080 grit file, which is technically not for the natural nail, but let me tell you something. I am not hardly using no pressure with this, so it's fine, okay? So you see how I'm just kind of getting rid of just a little bit, because when I go and prep, it's going to get rid of the rest. So the way I'm filing, when you file the natural nail, it's called like a rowing motion or like a boat motion. You see, you go on one side and the other, not like, let me just saw the nail down. Basically, that's just like a little tidbit of license info for you. But anyways, this is what we're left with. If she only was getting a soak off, I would oil her nails up and push her on her way, but we're prepping, so we're not. I did record the actual nails that I did on her, which I will be putting out later on tonight, but I hope this helps some of you guys struggling to get a really clean base from a soak off. Let me know if you have any questions, and of course, I'll see you later on.